The United States of America was founded on the ideas of freedom and the sovereignty of the individual. Shortly after signing the Constitution, Benjamin Franklin was asked, "What type of government have you given us?" He replied, "A republic, if you can keep it." The founders of America had the expectation that we, the people, would take an active role in the civic life of this country. The Constitution they created established a small central government with greater power reserved to the individual states. This system enabled citizens to be engaged in the legislative process at the local, state, and federal levels. But in 21st century America, a different picture is emerging.
The balance of power in our government as it stands right now is completely out of balance. It's completely centralized. The citizens are excluded from the process.
The problem is the fact that people aren't getting engaged.
They never really truly understood that they have to build relationships with their legislators.
We all thought that as good citizens, we could write a letter to our representatives and, not much was being heard back.
The Tennessee Center for Self-Governance is working to educate and mobilize citizens to reclaim their role as the center of America's government.
We began TCSG because I realized that I was engaged, but I wasn't effectively engaged, and that the folks that I was coordinating with, that we were trying to get things done, but we weren't getting anywhere. The Tennessee Center for Self-Governance is a training institution for citizens specifically to teach them how to exercise their civic authority, how to leverage self-governance, and how to hold local, state, and federal elected officials accountable.
So we get citizens engaged, teach them how to engage, offer support system for those citizens trying to learn what to do.
The Tennessee Center for Self-Governance offers intensive training classes built around a 5-tiered curriculum. Students learn what self-governance means and how to apply it practically within all levels of government. They become familiar with the inner workings of the legislative process, how a bill becomes law, and the operations of state and local governments. In addition to classroom work, homework assignments are also required. Students must meet with elected officials to establish relationships and learn how to communicate effectively. They're also required to write a 1,500-word policy paper on a specific issue and then meet with an elected official to discuss that issue.
When they graduate, they now have all the skills, capabilities, and knowledge of a professional lobbyist. Now they're an effectively engaged citizen.
The Center for Self-Governance is teaching people how to interact without getting mad at their legislators and how to interact with them to make them understand where they're coming from.
When we come, we dress professionally. We speak in a professional manner. I am able to talk to senators and representatives with confidence.
I found Brenda to be very prepared and very courteous and knows how to talk to the legislators.
I've absolutely found the students to be well educated on the processes of government, on how to approach their legislators, and more importantly, how to approach the legislative process.
When I see that they are on my calendar and I have a meeting with them, I know this is going to be not an emotional meeting, it's going to be factual and it will be supportive and positive.
Through the process of building credibility and really knowing what they're talking about as they try to influence their legislators, they get to a point where their legislators start calling them for information. And that's really wielding influence.
It was important for me to learn how to become involved as a citizen, and the Tennessee Center for Self-Governance offered an opportunity to learn that.
When I started meeting my representative and my state senator, I found that I could do research and be effective in other ways as far as helping them out.
When people start recognizing you around the legislature, they start to fear you because they know why you're here, they know what you stand for. It doesn't make them so free in committee to vote against an issue because you're sitting there watching them.
By engaging their elected officials, the people of Tennessee are wielding their power to influence policy decisions.
At the county level, we have teams that have 100% success at driving policy, and this is starting to spread across the entire state rapidly.
The Tennessee Center for Self-Governance is making a difference in county commissions and within the state legislature. Working with a small staff, volunteers, and a shoestring budget, the Tennessee Center for Self-Governance has already done a remarkable job of returning the power of the Republic to the hands of the people in Tennessee.
It's had an effect already in Tennessee. I think if other people, other states become involved in it, they're going to have their own effects.
We need this everywhere. We need to have a model to look after and to mirror. These folks here in Tennessee is a great place to start.
If we had the resources to deliver this training program across the entire country, we could empower citizens to fulfill their proper role in maintaining the balance of power in the Republic.
We're actually teaching that. How do you, as one person, exercise your civic authority so you can be part of the solution and make a difference?
It's about keeping the citizens engaged, citizens fighting a daily battle, not of policy, but of self-governing philosophy.
If we could focus on the citizens and teach people how to wield their power again, we could restore this republic.